Hi, Jen Leong, licensed marriage and family therapist, back to talk with you more about grief. And I'm actually going to put together a little series here, kind of a what to expect when you're grieving series. A lot of people, as we talk about their grief and they come to realize what they're experiencing is normal and healthy, go, oh my gosh, how come no one ever told me grief would be like this? How did I never learn this growing up? And it's because we don't talk about it. So I'm going to talk about what to expect, and I'm going to start with two different points today. The first thing you can expect is expect to feel crazy, and I know that, well, sounds probably crazy, but a lot of people have said or wondered, am I going crazy? Because they can't focus, they can't recall things, they have a hard time getting their job done at work, things that were normally easy for them are now difficult. And that is part of the grief process. And that is your body and your mind adjusting to this huge loss. You know, it really is a whole person experience. You know, it's not just your heart and your emotions, but it is your brain and your body. And that can make us feel like we're going crazy because we can't do things like we used to do. And, you feel like you're just not who you used to be. But don't worry, that's completely normal. It is something to expect, and it is also something that goes away. There's an adjustment period that we go through where our body and our brain get back in order, and you'll be able to focus again. You'll be able to get, your job done like you used to. All of that will come back to you. So the second thing I want to talk about is, now that I've told you, hey, these are things to expect and we can all expect to do these things, know that these do not apply to everyone and everyone is unique. So what is normal and healthy grief is really broad. So expect your grief to be unique. You'll still, connect with some of these things I'm saying, but some of them you'll go, oh, that's not me. And that's totally, perfectly normal too. Grief is as unique as each individual person and each individual relationship. So an example of that is, I think of a man who was in his 60s, and we were talking about the loss of his father. And many years prior, his sister had died, and during that time, he found that if he stayed busy, he'd think of her from time to time and he'd miss her, but he was still totally able to function and get through his day. He expected that's what it would be like when his dad died, but it wasn't like that at all. When his dad died, he was overwhelmed with sadness and emotion, and it was just completely different than his previous experience with grief. So know that not only is your grief unique, but each time you grieve, it will be unique. It might not be that extreme where it's so markedly different, but it will be different because your relationship with the person that has died now is different from your relationship with the person that died in the past. So that colors your grief and makes it different and makes it feel different, makes your responses different, and it just makes it unique. So there's two things you can expect. One, expect that you might feel crazy, but know that you're not. And two, expect that your grief is unique. It is unique to you, and it's unique to your relationship with the person that has died. I hope you find this helpful. I'm going to post a few more of these videos about what to expect when you're grieving, so stay tuned for those. In the meantime, if you ever want to talk with me, you can find me on my website, jenleongtherapy.com. I would love to talk with you.